kilometer, a storage capacity of 119 billion cubic meters of water, and it has 9 huge gates to control the outflow of water. Tarbela Dam is the world's largest earth-filled dam and the second project that was constructed under Indus Water Treaty. Near the Tarbela Dam, there are two big spillways from the reservoir which are impressive features. Small and large dams. A large dam is defined by the dam industry as one higher than 15 meter. It's the definition of large dam taller than a 4-story building. We have only two large dams, that are Tarbela and Mangla, which we have studied in previous slides. The rest of projects are either considered medium-sized project or small dams. Recently, government is working on feasibility study of constructing small dams in the country. A comparative analysis of purposes, cost, impact of environment and functions of small and large dams is given in chart we will discuss next. In order to solve the water problem of the country, the Small Dam Organization has identified about 150 sites for construction of small dams in country and is working on their feasibility reports. If we talk about large dams, they store water for irrigation. They irrigate vast area as compared to small dams. They supply water for industrial and domestic uses and also for irrigation. Major supplies, the huge dam provide more hydroelectric power generation. Silting problem is difficult to solve. Siltation is a major problem. It reduces the capacity of dam and it's difficult to overcome this problem in huge dams. Initial investment for the construction of dam is high. Large dams maintenance cost is also high. Construction time is more and does not yield quick result. If you see that Diyamir Bhasha Dam, you have heard about that it will take many years to be constructed. So huge dams take too much time for construction. More important for flood control. Yes, they can control floods. They are having lakes behind them, so they can control. They can store a huge quantity of water. Large scale evacuation is required. If at any place dam is going to be constructed, people have to be evacuated. And here is an example of people. They were near Mangla Dam, and when they are going to raise the Mangla project, they evacuated 40,000 people from that area. Large dams generally have a large range of extensive impacts on the river, watersheds and aquatic ecosystems that are more negative and have led to irreversible loss of species and ecosystem. Students, small dams store less water for irrigation. They only irrigate local area which is in their surrounding. They also supply water for industrial and domestic uses. They can make little electricity, not much. Silting problem in small dams is easy to solve. They required low cost, initial cost especially for construction. Their maintenance cost is also low. Construction time is less and yield quick result. Less important for flood control, like they cannot store a huge amount of water. Very few people are evacuated in order to construct the dam. It means that displacement of people for construction of dam is low. Small dam have little impact on environment. Siltation in reservoirs. When the river leaves the foothills of Himalayas, They carry a large quantity of silt as a result of deep erosion in mountain areas. As you know, when river is in deep gorges, it eroded the land, the surrounding area. This is deposited in the plains of Punjab and Sindh. Siltation is a menace that can destroy the purpose of dams and barrages. Irrigation, generation of hydroelectric power. The purpose of dam basically is we store water for irrigation or for the generation of hydroelectric power. But by the filling the reservoir with silt, the problem is created that capacity of dam is reduced. There is a need to control the deposition of silt through various engineering techniques. At Tarbela Dam, the inflow of 0.5 million tons of silt has created a 132-foot mound which is only 8 km away from the powerhouse. The water storage capacity is decreasing at Tarbela and Mangla reservoirs due to siltation. Siltation also decreases the life of any dam or reservoir. The storage capacity of the reservoir of the Chashma barrage has also come down to 42% of its capacity. Before the Tarbela Dam, Jinnah barrage and Chashma barrage were built. It was estimated that the river Indus at Kalabagh carried 1,115 tons of silt and sediment per square kilometer of the reservoir, much of which used to be laid on floodplains during the flood. So dear students, let's discuss about the causes, effects and control of siltation. First of all, causes. What are the main causes of siltation? Abundance of silt eroded from the Karakoram, Hindu Kush and Himalayan mountains. Why there is so much siltation in river on that time? Because river is fast flowing in mountain regions. That's why it has much more silt in it. Deforestation, ruthless cutting of trees for fuel and timber. Cutting of trees weaken the banks of rivers and canals. Rivers from narrow and deep valleys in mountain areas, most of eroded material is washed down into plains and pile up in reservoirs of the dam. Silt is fine particles of sand and clay. Its effects: blockage of canal because silt accumulates. When silt accumulate or gather in canal, it blocks the canals. It weakens the foundation of dams. Choking of irrigation canals. It reduced capacity of reservoirs and less flow of water affect the generation of hydroelectric power. It also results in availability of less water for irrigation purposes. Flow of flood water is hampered, which may cause heavy damage to the dam because of mounds of silt which block the flow of water. So, how we can control this siltation? Large-scale afforestation, especially on foothills of the Himalayas, on the banks of the rivers. We should cement the banks of rivers and canals. Installation of silt trap before the water flow to the dams. Regulation of flow of water, such as operating the reservoir at lower level during flood and allowing free flow during low flow season. Raising height of the dam to increase the capacity of the reservoir. Next you will watch a video that will explain you how siltation happen.
This is a stream we manufactured at the beach. We observed several different processes and structures forming. Visible at the water surface is a structure called standing waves. These indicate an upper flow regime in the stream. The shape of the standing waves reflect the shape of the stream bed, shown in the top right window. Standing waves are not static features. They can move with and against the flow of the stream. Here we can see the stream flowing around a curve. On the innermost side, the flow is slower and sediment is deposited. On the outermost side, the opposite is true. This causes the bank of the stream to collapse, as the faster flow erodes sediment from the bottom, causing instability, and the top of the bank slumps into the channel. If the energy level of the stream were to decrease, it would begin to form lower flow regime structures, such as dune migration. These are caused when sediment is eroded from the Stoss side of the dune and deposited onto the Lee. Here we can see 2-point bars at different stages of formation. These form when an object gets stuck in the stream, represented by these two pebbles. Immediately behind the pebbles, there is a drop in energy, causing the deposition of sediment. The top pebble shows a well-formed point bar, and the lower one shows.
Here is a cue box. Statement 1 is small dams are more suitable for Pakistan's economy than large ones because they require low initial investment and silting problem is easier to solve. The next statement is Pakistan need large dams such as the Kalabagh for projects including the generation of electricity and for flood control. Which statement do you agree with more? Give reasons for your answer and refer to places or examples you have studied in Pakistan to support your answer. Here are your assignment questions. Write a note on Indus Water Treaty. You have studied. I thoroughly explained it. Study your assigned pages again and write down about Indus Water Treaty. Your second question is discuss the conventional systems of irrigation. We have discussed in detail about all conventional irrigation systems. Watch this video again and write down about conventional systems. The third question is about skill book pages, that is page number 9 and 10. If you have studied the pages thoroughly, you can complete this easily.